Hello and welcome to The Unexpected List. I'm Will, and with me as always is my only contestant,
Sarah.
And the way this works is simple. I will give Sarah a word or phrase, and she gives me the first 5 board games that come to mind when I give her this phrase. Sarah, you are ready.
Okay.
All right, your word for today is foreign.
Foreign. Everything's foreign to me.
All right, we are back with Sarah's Unexpected Stacks. Sarah, this was an easy one for you.
Yeah, it kind of was because there's 2 thought processes here. One is foreign, is that the theme of the game is in a foreign setting, like a location, or foreign to you, maybe
Foreign culture
type of thing. I think that's mostly what I focused on. But also designers that are not in America, because obviously being in America, we could get those games the easiest. I mean, we get a lot of imports, so I also kind of didn't go with the ones that are, the real easy, the more Euro style games that are really easy to get imported.
Yeah.
So I went with some more of the harder to get kind of ones, although some of them aren't. But anyways, so foreign designers or foreign locations. So let's start with game number 1.
Okay.
So not this copy of Deep Sea Adventure, but the original small copy.
Tiny little thing.
I didn't grab it because you wouldn't be able to see it on the screen. One of our friends went to Japan and picked up an Oink. It's from Oink Games, which does have distribution now in America, but at the time she got it, they didn't.
Right.
So it's tiny little thing.
Like Deep Sea Adventures.
Deep Sea Adventures. So this is the one that was available for a while at Target. Anyways, Deep Sea Adventures is a really interesting little game, and that's one of the reasons we like to try games from foreign designers, is they think differently. So this one is, you are all rivals, but you are broke, submarine divers. So you have to share a submarine and share a tank of air because you're that broke, but you're trying to go for treasure at the bottom. But the thing is, as you pick stuff up, it makes you, heavier, so you use more oxygen. So it's whoever can pick up the most stuff, but also make it back to the ship, the submarine, and you've got 3 rounds where you're trying to do this before, air runs out. Now, you can play it that everybody dies and then you resurrect them, or you pass out and you pull them up. Whatever it is, you play 3 rounds. It's not that serious, but it's pretty fun and funny, especially when you're teaching it to new players who take a moment to get the concept.
Yes.
Because then they're like picking up everything on the way down.
It's so heavy, barely moving, and then sucking up all the oxygen. And you're like, it's the fat man, and then run back to the sub, hurry.
Yeah. So fun. Deep Sea Adventures, really glad that it is more available now, because this is our favorite Oink game. But I will also have to point out, a lot of the Oink games are not visually accessible, so that's why we haven't been able to play a lot of them.
Okay, second game.
Gasha, and if I'm pronouncing that correctly, Gashapon, I think.
The Gashapon machines.
Machines.
It's the sound the Japanese believe the machine makes when they're getting the little prize capsules.
Right, so it's when you put a coin in a machine and you get a random thing out. I remember doing it a lot as a kid, but we were going for like stickers or temporary tattoos or those sticky hands that you threw against the wall.
I got little tiny football helmets and baseball helmets.
Those kind of things. They are much bigger in Japan in terms of actual figurines and collectibles. So these are very limited time, desirable things that people are trying to, really get, but they're all random. So in the game, that's kind of what you're doing. Actually, remind me, it's been a hot minute since we've played this.
Yeah, you're basically going in and trying to collect sets of stuff.
It's set collection.
Yeah.
Through trying to flip the cards over, right? Yeah. So very cute art, very fun, very light, and definitely an interesting experience, considering my experience with these type of machines is candy and gum and stickers.
Yeah, this is a very culturally centric game that's in Japan.
Very, very different there.
Number 3.
Okay, roll to the top. I want to say, it was produced in, sorry, this thing's upside down. What did I say? Netherlands?
Yeah, Netherlands.
I'm not exactly sure. I know the designer is not in America, and I'm trying to remember if it was, I guess it was, I'm going to say it's Netherlands, and I apologize if I'm wrong. But roll and write. So I've backed this person. Oh God, Peter Justra and I am going to say these wrong. Corne van Moorsel. Really enjoyable roll and write, and I backed a couple of different versions of it. This is the most new. God, I am terrible at saying words today. The newest one, there are laminated sheets, but they're all different shapes of squares, and they're in different shapes of like monuments. So
and you're stacking numbers.
Right.
So you have to have the right type of numbers to stack on the other right type of numbers.
Right. And so you have like the Eiffel Tower. So you have trees. You have different shapes of these connected squares that make it more challenging as you're going up and rolling different polyhedral dice, which I think is really fascinating. You're rolling one die to see whether you're adding or subtracting dice, and then the other dice are actually numbered dice, but you've got a 4-sider and a 6-sider and so on until a 20-sider. And you need these larger numbers because as you go up, you need higher numbers, right? Yes.
And it's basically the first to finish wins.
Right. Not the most complicated, but you do have to wrap your brain around different concepts because you're going to add the die number values together. So if you just put down an 18 and you roll a 20, sure, you could put a 20 there, but not if the number next to the 18 is 20, or 20, let's say 21. So if an 18 and 21, you would need at least a 21 to put in the box that straddles those two to go up, and so you'd have to add die values together. So very fun, fascinating. Again, I like to try games from different countries to get that different perspective on things.
Right.
Okay, roll to the top.
Next one, or as Eric Summerer would say, number 4.
Pretty good impression. All right, Ovation. So the interesting thing about this, not only does it have a lot of foreign composers because this is about classical music, but also the designer is from New Zealand. Oh my God, I almost forgot. So it's really cool to just not only get a game from, again, a different country that has a different perspective, but also all this classical music is just really enriching.
It's probably one of the most different themes that we've seen in quite some time in a board game.
Yeah, we've seen some about high fashion. Yeah, I can't think of anything else, but classical music is really different, and I like the way the mechanisms really feel integrated, and it has a really unique positive player interaction that I absolutely love, is when you put on a performance, other people can come to your performance and watch you, and they learn from you, but you also then get, no, it's not money, but you get
some sort of recognition.
You get some sort of recognition. You get fame, recognition. They get inspiration because they just watched you perform.
Yeah.
So it's just really cool on how that part works, and I always appreciate that. But otherwise, it's just a really fun and engaging, pretty small. I mean, it's not a very large box, but it's also not a very long game either.
Right. Correct.
So it's not overwhelming.
It's a midweight.
Yeah, it's a midweight game. Yeah. And so just highly recommend checking out Ovation. I don't know how well it's going to be distributed. No, actually, wait, it did get picked up. I want to say by Grand Gamers Guild, if my memory is not failing me. So there is a US-based company that picked it up for distribution. So highly recommend getting Ovation.
Okay, number 5.
So I guess I kind of lied in that I did pick up one of those old type of Euro-style games that was imported.
You lied to me.
I did. I forgot about Istanbul Dice. I'm 100% terrible at Istanbul. It's not a game I can play well. But Istanbul the Dice, I absolutely love because it distills just part of it down into a really fun, engaging, fast game. And I just love it that you're just rolling dice, you're trying to get these little ability tiles, and you're just trying to get gems, right? You're just trying to get the most gems.
Yeah, you're trying to be the first to get the number of rubies.
Yeah, there's a certain number of gems per player count. Yeah. So it's really fun. So this is kind of the weakest link in this list because it really probably doesn't have anything to do with Istanbul. I mean, I guess you get a lot of gems, or a lot of gems have been found.
You are collecting rubies in the other game, and you're doing some trading like you're doing here. But this one just, is streamlined in
Yes.
such a way that it's a fun, fast experience rather than a tedious one.
Oh, that is so
With Istanbul.
true. That is so true.
Because you have to lay out your discs in the order, and you have to make sure you have discs to pick up or just to take
I'm not good
actions.
with that physical planning route stuff. It's not my thing. So anyways, this is the weakest link that has probably very little to do with actually anything foreign, but it's a lot of fun. So that's why I included it. Okay, Will,
Yes.
what are your foreign games?
Oh, there's so many. So the ones that come to mind are things like Pasaraya,
Oh yeah.
which is a deck builder game where you're running a grocery store. Xanadu, which is one is just so heavy because of the multi-use cards.
It is this tiny little card game that is one of the heaviest card games we've ever come across because it's just so complex. The downside is it's really not good visually. It's not very well accessible for Will.
Yeah, but man, is it intense.
It will break your brain.
In fact, when he came up, or when he was trying to print it, there wasn't any good production in his country, so they had to go through
Cuba, right?
I think so. So they had to go with a greeting card company.
Yeah, so we got both the original version, although I think we gave that to a friend once we got the newer version.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't think it's done well. I mean, sold well. So I don't know that it'll get more printings. I wish they had improved the graphic design a little bit more. I think it would have done well.
Yeah, and then I like the really Japanesey, it's the Maid game. That's like Dominion.
Oh, hold on. I don't normally do this. I'm going to turn around. Tanto Core. Tanto Core.
Pretty ladies.
Yeah, so that
Hello,
would be
ladies.
Will's, what do you call it? Guilty pleasure board
Nothing
game?
guilty about it.
Okay, so it's just his pleasure board game,
Yeah.
I guess. So, yes.
Say it that way. Ha ha.
Very much on the anime style of things, but that's also where it comes from Japan. So,
Yes.
In fact, I think the company's called
Japan games or something.
Something like
something
that.
very generic. I'm like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. That'll do. That'll do.
All right.
All right, well, we didn't have any time to research or study, but you can. So what do you think of when you hear the word foreign? Let us know in the comments down below. And this has been
The Unexpected List.
If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can reach out to us on the various social media platforms at
Rolling with Two, that's TWO. We're on Blue Sky, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. For Discord, we have a channel on Tabletop Express. Check the show notes for the invite link.
If you have time, check out the other content Nanaman has found for you, because remember, he's rolling with you.